Today on Lazer Update, we hear from fans of the men's lacrosse team on what it's like to go to games on campus.
Then we meet a unique business major from Ukraine, Kaita Rohova. All that and more coming up on Lazer Update.
Hello and welcome to Lazer Update for Tuesday, April 30th. With the weather slowly getting better and the end of the semester right around the corner.
In less than 2 weeks, we will be done with OCC. It's gone so quick.
We begin today's show with a special day for men's lacrosse here at OCC as they continue their good season. But some of the players just played their very last regular season home game for the Lazers. Jack Hopson covered their sophomore night.
Onondaga Community College men's lacrosse matched up against Tompkins Cortlandt Community College as the Lazers celebrated their sophomores in their final regular season home game.
Lacrosse games like this bring people together, multiple different sports, you can bring your friends, and it's just a fun place to hang out, really.
Lacrosse is a unique sport that requires a serious amount of concentration and also requires its players to be physical and fit as it combines components of sports like hockey and soccer.
What I like best about lacrosse here is probably the big culture, like the huge culture and like family aspect of it. You know, we say in all of our cheers, we say family after every practice, and you know, all of our coaches interact with each other. We're good friends with the men coaches are good friends with our players, and it's just like one big family that we all get along really well with.
The history behind the sport of lacrosse is especially emphasised here in Onondaga due to the cultural background and the community feel of the college itself. It's good to see friends and family coming out to support the team, bringing the school together.
Men's lacrosse is just one of many sports that we have here on campus to either take part in or support all year round. There are many sporting events on campus throughout the semester. Go to OnondagaLazers.com to find out what sports we have and when they are, so you can get out there and support your Lazers.
Staying on the topic of college athletics, all schools from middle school until college have sports teams, and there are always different opinions. We asked the students on campus here at OCC what they thought about college sports.
Most colleges have multiple athletic programs. During this pulse of the campus, I asked some OCC students why they think college sports are important.
Okay, so college sports are important because it helps you maintain athleticism and it helps you stay in shape while you're also focusing on your studies.
College sports are good because they show school spirit, you can make friends, and they give opportunities to kids to have a higher education.
I think college sports are important because it creates unity and a safe place for people to find friends for life.
College sports are important because it gives people a chance to stay active while also focusing on academics.
Yes, I do think college sports are important because it can bring the school together.
After that pulse of the campus, we now know what OCC students think of college athletics.
It seems that most people here at OCC think that college sports are a positive thing and helps bring the school together. Even if you're not on a team, it's still good to get outside, hang out with your friends, and most of all, support the Lazers.
After the break, Jack Hopson introduces us to a student whose story is a little different to others.
And later, did you know about the story of Princess Diana and the history of the royal family? So stick around and find out. But first,
tonight, the 30th of April, the curriculum honorees ceremony that highlights one standout student from each program will be at the Storer Auditorium at 5 p.m. We'll be right back after the break.
The facilities at OCC are very good. The SRC especially, we have 2 gyms, one just for athletes. OCC helped in many ways. For my adaptation to here, to the US. OCC helped me dealing with the stress of sports in school with the tutors and Lazer success. The tutoring, it's free, so I really don't have to worry about anything else. People that work here are here to help you.
Everyone's really like-minded. Everyone enjoys working with each other. We all basically combined our minds and help each other in fixing the issues with these cars and figuring out the labs. And you go in the lab, you fix cars, you figure out electronic circuits, you figure out brake issues or suspension issues, fixing cars, learning how to diagnose issues, learning how things work, like how brakes work and how engines work and how suspension works. You learn every single field, electronics, you learn all the fields that have to do with mechanics.
What will your OCC story be?
I decided to go to OCC because it was significantly less expensive than other schools and it had a sense of familiarity. My favorite part is the sense of community we have here. I feel like a lot of bigger schools, it's hard to socialize and make friends. It's a pretty diverse campus and a lot of people are pretty understanding, so you never feel like an outcast, which for a lot of schools isn't the case, especially with bigger schools, and that's what I really love about OCC.
On Saturday, the 18th of May, friends and family will pour into the SRC Arena for the all-important commencement ceremony. The event will start at 11 a.m.
Welcome back to today's Lazer Update. I'm Todd Durantini.
And I'm Cam Schoen. We've covered the athletic side of college, and now we're going to go into the academic side of OCC and what the students here think of the college. Most high school graduates struggle with leaving home and dealing with the demands of college. Jack Hopson got to speak to one student that was forced to leave her home and tackle the college life in a new country.
After spending her whole life as a regular student in Ukraine, Katia Rohova was forced to flee her home country to find a higher education here at OCC.
When I came to America, the most challenging thing for me was learning language and adapt to the culture. I need to finish my high school in Ukraine, and I don't really have a choice, so anytime I have free time, it's much easier for me to do Ukrainian school because it's in Ukrainian. When I have any free time on any breaks, I spend it doing my Ukrainian school, but in daily life I prioritize my American school. I want to do business administration, but I am a senior in high school right now, and I do early OCC program, so I don't have any major. But next year, when it will be my sophomore year, I'll be business administration. I like spending my free time playing piano. When I play piano, I do it every single day because I feel like it makes me relaxed, and when I play, I don't think about anything else but music.
Katia plans on transferring to Cornell University this fall to continue her degree in business, as well as still helping out as much as she can with her family back home in Ukraine.
After OCC, Katia plans on transferring to Cornell University and continuing her progress towards a business degree. If you're planning on transferring and need help, head to sunyocc.edu/transfer services for more information.
Going from high school to being a college student can be intimidating, especially if you're starting something you're not used to and have no experience in. BMC student Stefan Adams tells us about how the freshman student found their first year here at OCC.
Communication studies student Lisa Mendez tells her story about OCC and how she finds ways to get the job done.
As it's my first year at OCC, I like that it's very inclusive here. There's a lot of activities here you can do that they offer. I like that Gordon has a lot of options food-wise. There's a lot of help that you can get here, like the help center. You can get help at the library. It's a really nice place here. Considering I don't have any classes with my friends, I'll meet up with them and we'll go to Gordon together, we'll go to the library together, study, just so we're still spending time together and still involved with school. As it's my first year here, both of my semesters were pretty good. There was some downs, but my professors were there to help. There were ways that I could reach out and get help from different places. So I enjoy it here and I do plan on coming back.
As Lisa plans to be on OCC campus in the fall, she plans to make a career out of OCC interacting with her peers and professors to build a stronger relationship with the campus.
It's really good to hear about the different types of resources that help students like Lisa to make that transition from high school to college just a little bit more easier. If you're struggling and want to book a free tutor, head over to sunyocc.edu/learning center.
It's time for another quick break, but don't go anywhere as we still have the story of Princess Diana and the royal family coming up.
But before we go, here's a quick update on how the Lazer sports teams have been getting on this past weekend. Men's baseball fell in short in both games in a doubleheader against Erie Community College this past Saturday, narrowly losing the first one 11-12. In the second game, the Lazers lost 7-4 to Monroe Community College.
The women's lacrosse team secured their perfect 10-0 record on Sunday. The win over Monroe Community College, scoring 21-17. Olivia Lockwood stole the show with 8 goals and 1 assist.
That was your Lazer Sports Scores. We'll be right back after this.
The thing that caught my attention first about OCC is when you are on campus, you forget that you're at a community college and you think that you're at a four-year institution. What I love about OCC the most is the diverse student population. Every semester it's different. The student experience and what they are bringing to campus is really what makes this experience unique. It really has broadened my scope in ways I can better help and serve students. I think that has really made me grow as a professional.
OCC has helped me not only financially, but also socially.
Well, it's very nice to have a school like this that has a dormitory, and I wanted to put myself into a position where I can kind of surround myself with, learning.
OCC has helped me getting started in college life, technically, also in my adult life. So I'm technically making a big step for myself, and I'm starting to make choices for my own.
I've been able to make a lot of new friends since I came here.
I found that by going to OCC, it allowed me to enter in programs that would allow me to focus on my personal life and my work. I think most professors here do want to see you succeed. All faculty here is definitely more than happy to help, with any scheduling or future planning or, in regards to grades or anything like that. I find most professors are more than willing. I could realistically recommend anyone to attend.
Men's baseball is set to face up against Monroe Community College on Friday, May 3rd. The game is going to take place at the OCC Baseball Complex at 4 p.m.
And then the following day, May 4th, men's baseball faced Jamestown Community College again at the OCC Baseball Complex, starting at 2 p.m.
Welcome back to Lazer Update. I'm Todd Durantini.
And I'm Cameron Schoen. We've managed to get an inside look at the athletics here at OCC, and we've also heard from the students what the academics are like here. But it's time to take a trip across the Atlantic Ocean.
Jack Hopson explains to us the story of a tragic passing of Princess Diana and the history of the royal family.
Princess Diana was considered a lovable figure by the majority of the public ever since her early engagement to Prince Charles on the 24th of February 1981, and was even known as the People's Princess. This is one of the main reasons why Queen Elizabeth took a considerable disliking to Diana, as she was thought to have been an untraditional part of the royal family. The Queen at the time struggled to hide her facial expressions when seeing Princess Diana interact with the public, and she did not seem too impressed. Although Diana and Charles seemed happy for the most part, cracks started to show within their short-lived marriage. This was due to the fact that instead of being a traditional wife and letting Charles do whatever he wanted with whoever he wanted, she stood up for herself and made it clear that she is not going to live like that, and they decided to separate in 1992 and eventually divorce in 1996. Although she wasn't part of the royal family anymore, she was still a popular figure and was surrounded by press up until she died. Diana was one of the most well-known British-speaking women who millions watched transform from a young, naive 20-year-old wife to Prince Charles into a global figure whose legacy sparked major change to the traditional royal family. This is the last public appearance that Diana made, just months before her tragic death. It was at the gala ballet performance of Swan Lake at the Royal Albert Hall in London. Even as a divorcee of the royal family, she's still very popular amongst the royal community and still treated as one of their own. Diana is seen interacting with everyone in the clip, showing how humble and likeable she really was. Princess Diana tragically passed away in a horrific car crash when attempting to evade paparazzi, who were trying to capture pictures of Diana with her new boyfriend, Egyptian film producer Dodi Fayed. There is many conspiracy theories behind the death of Diana. Some say that the Queen ordered her to be killed. Some say she hired the paparazzi to constantly chase Diana. This was all due to the fact that the Queen didn't seem too bothered with the fact that Diana died, but later released a statement about how saddened she was at the loss of her former daughter-in-law. Diana's death was tragic news that shocked the world and the country all mourned together at the loss of the People's Princess.
Although she was no longer a princess, Diana still deserved and was rightly given a public royal send-off, going all the way from Kensington Palace, parallel to Hyde Park, towards Buckingham Palace, and finally laid to rest at Westminster Abbey. Her two sons, Prince William, who was 15, and Prince Harry, who was 12, were seen at the funeral with their father, Prince Charles, and to this day still say that the death of their mother in such a way affected them as a person drastically. Imagine at such a young age having to put away all of your emotions for the press and not being able to mourn the death of your own mother due to the public figure you have to uphold. An estimated 1 million people attended the funeral in person on the streets of London, following the trip from Hyde Park to Westminster Abbey, and over 2.5 billion people watched it on TV. This just shows the significance this event had on the country and also shows just the amount of people who cared about Diana, almost as if they knew her. Prince Harry actually decided to leave the royal family a couple years ago and is now living in the United States as he married the former American actress Meghan Markle. This marriage sparked feud within the royal family as Meghan was rumoured to have had fallen out with Queen Elizabeth and said to have felt excluded and not welcomed. This was a huge surprise to everyone as Meghan and the Queen seemed to have a very close relationship and got along very well. However, something changed for the pair and we're still unsure as of why. There's many theories behind why Queen Elizabeth took a significant disliking towards Markle, such as her job prior to marrying Prince Harry, the fact she's not British, or the fact she was an actress and already quite public. However, Meghan and Harry gave their side of the story with an interview conducted by Oprah Winfrey. Oprah uncovered the secrets about the actions that happened in the year leading up to this interview, and just days before the interview, Buckingham Palace opened up an investigation into a bullying claim against Meghan Markle. This whole situation reminded the public of what happened between Diana and Queen back in the 1980s, worrying people for what might happen to Meghan and Harry. Now you know the story of Diana and Meghan's complex time with the royal family.
You know, Cam, I find it really interesting to hear about the history of the royal family and that sort of thing that happens behind the scenes.
I agree. I wonder if we'll ever find out the full story of how Princess Diana died.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's Lazer Update. And don't forget, we still have shows coming up every Tuesday and Thursday until the end of the semester. So make sure you're looking out and keeping an eye out for the Onondaga's Campus Connection YouTube channel, or scan the QR code on screen now to stay up to date on what's going on around campus.
We hope you've enjoyed the stories brought to you by our very own BMC students. And for the last time today, I'm Cameron Schoen.
And I'm Todd Durantini. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.